So it seems like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is just an unavoidable topic at this point. It seems like every single time I log online, I just keep seeing more and more videos on how bad Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's getting, and I keep on seeing tweets on how many more bugs, glitches, and exploits are getting exploited to the game, and the fans of this game are starting to get very upset with Game Freak, and they're demanding answers and refunds from Game Freak. But so far, Game Freak has just remained silent on the whole subject. And it seems like they know they're in trouble too, because ever since this game came out, literally the first day before the game lasted about like a week into its life cycle, people are calling out Game Freak for releasing an unfinished, unplayable product, and this just keeps getting worse and worse. So I guess as long as people are continuing to talk about how bad Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is, I guess I'm going to continue to talk about the topic as well and give my thoughts and concerns, and I'm going to continue to give my opinions on what I think about the game. And I'm just going to give everyone a big question here. What does this mean for the future of Nintendo and Game Freak? Did Pokemon Scarlet and Violet ruin one of the most legendary franchises of all time? Did Pokemon Scarlet and Violet ruin Nintendo and Game Freak? Well, I want to look back at the track record so far for at least 2022. Back in January, we had Pokemon Legends Arceus that released at late January, I think January 28th. There's been a lot of controversy surrounding that game. People were hating on it before the game even launched, and when the game launched, everyone was actually surprised on how well the game came out, besides for the graphics being shit and everything. But other than that, people seem to enjoy this game. Personally, I enjoyed my time with Pokemon Legends Arceus. I thought it was a great game, but it could have been far better in terms of graphics and everything. And I believe like in one of Nintendo's directs, I think it was either in April, February, maybe somewhere at the start of the summer, there was a trailer for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and there's been a lot of controversy surrounding that as well because people were excited and people were worried. Like, this is finally going to be the Pokemon game that everybody wants. It's going to be open world, people can go wherever they want with no restrictions, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yeah, we got an open world game finally. The developers of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Game Freak, they're going in the right direction with open world, but it's a step backwards because of all the technical problems this game has. So, I just want to say, it's not a hardware issue with the Nintendo Switch, because we got some amazing games on the Switch as well that look so damn beautiful. I mean, people are saying that the Nintendo Switch can't handle this game. The Nintendo Switch can't handle Pokemon Scarlet and Violet because of the software limitations and the software problems. Well, I'm going to argue to say no, it's not a Nintendo Switch console problem. This is a video game problem because let's look at it like this. Has anyone ever played Xenoblade Chronicles 3? Has anyone ever played Dying Light Platinum Edition on the Nintendo Switch? Those are some of the most beautiful games and amazing ports to the Nintendo Switch. I have Dying Light Platinum Edition on the Nintendo Switch, and it is such a fantastic port. It feels like I was playing on a PS4 or an Xbox One. That's how fantastic the port was. I played Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and the graphics and the gameplay was fucking phenomenal, and I'm still playing through that game. I'm taking my time with Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and that's my first ever Xenoblade game. But dude, looking back at the other games for like Xenoblade, and it's just phenomenal for like graphics and everything. Compare that to Scarlet and Violet, dude. It makes Xenoblade and fucking Dying Light a masterpiece. I would argue to say that Monster Hunter Rise is probably a masterpiece compared to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And I know how everybody feels about Monster Hunter Rise on the Switch. But I digress. Anyway, the point is Scarlet and Violet, it's just a game problem. It's not a Nintendo Switch problem. I play a lot of Nintendo games and a lot of other games on my Nintendo Switch, and there are some fantastic games that run on there perfectly buttery smooth. But for some reason, it seems like Scarlet and Violet is just it just seems unplayable for some people. With constant game crashes, frame rate pop-ins and pop-outs, and people are getting so upset they're demanding refunds, and some people are able to get a refund, some people are not, and because whether they got the game physically or digitally, I feel like you'll have a much easier time if you try to refund the game physically, but if you got it digitally, it's going to be more difficult because Nintendo is very strict and Sony are very strict in terms of refunds, but it seems like Nintendo is giving some people refunds for this game. So that's kind of concerning cuz Nintendo they don't really allow refunds for whether it comes to down to like how good or how bad a game is. But seeing the bad PR that Game Freak and Nintendo have been getting, it seems like they're trying to do a little bit of damage control and give people refunds for this game digitally. So that's good. So I still don't believe that they're out of the clear yet. I mean, they should have not have released the game in this state. Everybody knows that. This is the most unpolished, unfinished, pain in the ass game everybody has played, and they're still going to haul out Game Freak because this game is just a buggy mess. Now, I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. People are right about the open world. If you can get past the first hour of the game and toughen it up, you can explore the open world, and yeah, it's definitely great and all, but that doesn't matter if people can't even get past the first hour of the game with all these technical issues, bugs, and glitches just ruining the experience and taking them out of the immersion of the Pokemon universe. So, I'm just I just said this before, but I'm going to say it again. I feel bad that people wasted money on this game. So, I'm just I'm just left here with my hand on my face, just shaking my head in shame, just yeah. It looks like another legendary franchise has fallen to modern gaming. So, I guess I'm going to answer the question finally. I'm going to stop beating around the bush. Has Scarlet and Violet ruined Nintendo? Has Scarlet and Violet destroyed the Pokemon franchise? I'm going to have to say no because let's be honest, this game broke record sales. It sold like what? 10 million physical copies or something like that for like and record high for like the Pokemon franchise. It's like the second best selling Pokemon game next to Pokemon Sun and Moon. I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm understanding. I could be wrong about that, but besides from that, it may be one of the best selling games out there, but that doesn't excuse the bad PR for Game Freak and Nintendo because of how unplayable, well, I shouldn't say unplayable, I'm sorry, how unpolished and how much of a technical mess the game is. But for some people, it does seem unplayable because the game keeps crashing every few hours or so, the longer you play it. But at the end of the day, dude, it's just yet another product that's been ruined by the gaming industry. And honestly, this game obviously needed more time in the development of it. And at the end of the day, people just want to play a good game and just relax, but they can't do that because of all the fucking crashes, game breaking bugs and glitches and technical issues everyone's been experiencing. And if this keeps happening, dude, which it seems like it's going to because it's just a gaming industry trend at this point, I'm seriously convinced that people are just gonna not even play these games anymore. People are just gonna move on to other things. And people are just gonna be questioning every single game release that comes out now. And they're just gonna be saying, yeah, but do you remember what happened with Cyberpunk? Do you remember what happened with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? did you guys remember what happened with Fallout 76? Like, people are just gonna keep questioning these game releases, and they're gonna keep asking, is this even gonna be worth the time to just buy the game, sit down, and play if they're gonna keep experiencing all these problems? At this point, man, I'm already like on this train of, is this game even worth it? Because it just seems like if I'm gonna get this game, I'm gonna be expecting all these bugs, all these glitches, all of these problems that everyone's been showing online and everything. And is this even worth the time? Is this even worth my time as a player? Or is this even worth my time to even play this game? Honestly, man, it all depends on your preference. Now, I'm gonna say this. If you can get past the bugs and all that stuff, and if you do genuinely enjoy this game, unlike a lot of other people, if you can get past all the problems and you do like this game for what it is, that's great. I'm glad you're having fun. I want you to have a good time with this game. I want you to have as much fun as you can. Personally, I'm going to avoid this travesty until Nintendo and Game Freak get it together and learn their lesson. So, with that being said, thank you guys all for watching and for listening. Let me know what you all think in the comments down below. And until next time, you guys, I'm talking about Pokemon's downfall, and I'm genuinely getting worried for the franchise. And I'll see you all later.